Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So today is BookList Thursday. BookList Thursday is something I do with Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of thoughts, recommendations, ideas, something bookish related. So today's theme is favorite backlist books from popular authors. So I have 5 different books from 5 different authors that I wholeheartedly enjoy and are fairly popular here, that I really recommend you pick up. I don't know if you're like me, but whenever I find a new author, I tend to go back into their backlist and start buying their other books and seeing what they have written before. Usually sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, but these are all good, I promise. All right, first one I have for you is Night Road by Kristen Hanna. Kristen Hanna got really popular after she wrote The Nightingale a few years ago. Like, people have been going crazy over her, and trust me, her backlist books are good. Night Road was actually the very first Kristen Hanna book that I read that got me completely like obsessed with her. All right, so this follows our main character Jude. She has 2 kids, they're twins, Mia and Zach, and she basically puts them first. She does everything for them. They are the center of her universe. And then a new girl moves into town. Her name is Lexi. She, I believe, was a foster child. She kind of comes with a decent past, and Jude kind of takes her under her wing and brings her into her family. She's best friends with Mia, and her and Zach, I believe, are dating at a time, so Lexi kind of fits into their world pretty well. Jude is your typical helicopter mom. She's doing everything she can to make sure her kids are getting to where they need to be. And then life happens and things happen. Her worst fears kind of come true or come to realization based on a decision. And then you go through the book trying to figure out what happened with these 3, who was responsible for what happened. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it is a fabulous book. This one was published, this has been out for a while. I read it a while ago, 2011. So we're a good 9 years old, but still fantastic, still good Kristen Hanna style. The next book I want to talk about is The Secret Life of Cece Wilkes by Diane Chamberlain. This one, when were you published? Oh, this one was published in 2006, so this one's definitely pretty far on the backlist. But this centers around a governor's pregnant wife who is kidnapped. That happened about 28 years ago, and her remains are discovered, and a man is charged with her murder. One person, Cece Wilkes, knows the truth. She could refute those charges. She can kind of bring to light what exactly happened, but she disappeared about 28 years ago. So it goes through what happened then, what's happening now, how is Cece Wilkes involved, what's her side of the story. I'm only giving you that. I loved this book. This was one of the first Diane Chamberlain books that I read as well, and it was fantastic. So if you've read Dream Daughter recently, this is a little different. Dream Daughter is a different type of story than Diane Chamberlain's written before, but still they're fantastic. So you will totally love this book. Get that one. All right, next popular author I have is Jodi Picoult. Her backlist is fantastic. I haven't read a book that I haven't liked, so I would highly recommend Vanishing Acts, which I don't know where my copy went, but that follows our main character, and she grew up with her dad. She had a fantastic relationship with him. Wonderful. She's now an adult. She has, I think, a child of her own, and someone comes knocking at her door and basically tells her that she was kidnapped a number of years ago. So that one was fantastic. Plain Truth is also amazing. This follows the discovery of a dead infant in an Amish barn. The police investigation leads to more shocking disclosure. Circumstantial evidence suggests that an 18-year-old Katie Fisher, who is an unmarried Amish woman, believed to be the mother, and she apparently took the child's life. Again, this follows very much so how the Amish community is, and then how they kind of deal with things that happen, yet they have to follow the law. It's a very interesting story. I highly recommend this one. I know her newer books, Small Great Things and A Spark of Light, and then her newer book that's coming out. Jodi has been true to the way she writes. She brings very controversial subjects into her books and makes you really, really look at both sides of whatever the discussion is and really question what's going on. So any of her backlist books are fantastic and follow that very kind of heavy subject and make you think. So I highly, highly encourage those. All right, the next book I want to talk about is The Wife, the Maiden, the Mistress by Ariel Lawhon. I know I've talked about this book before. This was published in 2014. So not super old, but definitely part of the backlist for Ariel. Ariel Lawhon's been very popular lately with her book that she just released called Codename Helene. And the way Ariel writes is, I truly enjoy it, but I know it's not for everybody. The Wife and the Maiden, the Mistress might be a little easier to follow if you're looking for a little different style from Ariel. But this takes place in 1930. We have Judge Joseph Crater. He steps into a New York City cab and he's never heard from again. Totally goes missing. And so we follow the perspective of his wife and what happened with their relationship, his maid and what happened with that relationship, and his mistress and what happened with that relationship. And she totally takes you on these twists and turns where you're not really sure what is going on or who's all involved or what happened with this judge that you're trying to figure out. Now, this actually does follow a true event. There really was a Judge Joseph Crater, and he really did go missing in the 1930s. And so I love how Ariel takes these true historical events and she puts her own little twist on them and what she thinks could have happened or maybe happened or whatever that might be. Her author's notes are fantastic. Read them. They almost make the book even that much better, but don't read them until after you've read the story. Then read her author's notes. They're fantastic. So definitely pick up The Wife, the Maiden, the Mistress. And the last one I have to talk to you about is Secrets of a Charmed Life by Susan Meisner. Susan Meisner wrote As Bright as Heaven, which has kind of been getting a lot of traction lately just because it follows the Spanish flu pandemic that happened in the early 1900s. And so a lot of people have been picking them up lately. So I highly suggest if you did read that one and enjoyed that to pick up Secrets of a Charmed Life. This follows, we have present day, so there's dual timelines, which of course is like my favorite. Present day following, just let her finish. So this follows dual timelines. We have present day in England as Kendra is interviewing an older woman named Isabel McFarland who survived World War II and is ready to kind of reveal her secrets to her. So then we follow 1940s, again, England during World War II. We follow our two sisters. We have Emmy and Julia. They find refuge in a very wonderful little cottage in the country because they're kind of sent out of England to be safe during this war. And it goes from there. So there are some secrets, there are some twists that I didn't see coming. Susan is a fantastic author with historical fiction, with dual timelines. I love her characters. You totally get pulled into the story. It's fantastic. So I highly suggest this if you've read As Bright as Heaven lately. Definitely pick up the backlist. I still have a few of her backlist books that I need to pick up. I heard A Fall of Marigolds is also fantastic. So there's my recommendations. I hope you pick up some of these backlist books, and you know what, even better, if they're sitting on your shelf, pick them up for sure. Head on over to Sarah's channel, see what she has for our BookList Thursday for suggestions today. We'll see what she's talking about. I don't even know. I don't have any guesses what author she would even pick. So head over there, check out her channel, and otherwise like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time. Bye.